Were you in on that? Can you
Yeah.
talk? No shit.
Yeah.
How was that?
Boring.
Really?
Fucking boring, man. You know, we did a hit in Baghdad the night before. And it was one of those hits where, hey, his enabler is in town. I'm like, fuck, again? Yeah, okay, let's go hit this fucking target. The agency was trying to tell us it was stupid. We're like, okay, well, we're chasing this fucking line of people. So I went and did the hit. It was at the end of a cul-de-sac. Rolled on in, and as we were rolling in, I noticed a dude from that house area. And I didn't see him come out, but walking like, you know, armored vehicles are rolling up, man. I'm going to check it out, right? He's not checking it out. And I just happened to see that, and he walked in and went into another house, and I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know. You know, so we took the house down. There was nothing there. We started, and you know, once I'm getting ready to wrap up and getting ready to leave, we start taking fire from a field way off in the other direction. I'm like, nobody shoots at these armors. Nobody shoots at us. They know. You can hear it on radio. Don't shoot at these guys. They're crazy. Shooting at us. I'm like, why are they shooting at us from over here? I said, well, fuck it. While we're dealing with this, I sent a team down to go check out that house. I said, it's like 3 down. It's got a black gate. They went down there, worked their way in and found the dude, flipped up a mattress, and he had a toy AK-47, just a plastic one. And they could have dropped him and didn't. Grabbed him, brought him back, threw him in a vehicle, took him back. I didn't even talk to him. Normally I talk to people. I didn't even talk to him. Threw him in the helicopter, flew him to Balad, and like I went to bed. Hours later, like, hey, wake up, man. We got a Saddam hit. I go, fuck again, you know? No, seriously, this one's good. I go, you say that every time. No, so wake up your men. I go, I'm not waking shit up. I got up and I went and started looking at what they had, looking at what he was saying, listening to transcripts. All right, go get the team leaders. You know, bring the team leaders in and start talking. All right, go wake your boys up. We're going to the crit. You know, fuck. Loaded everything up, drove to the crit. There were 2 targets. The fish camp off in the end of a field, and then one in the middle of a town where his cook was. I'm like, fuck, we're going to get the cook, aren't we? Because that's not my area. My area was Baghdad and West. C1's area was Tikrit and whatever up in that. So they got to pick, and they picked the fish camp. I got the cook's house. We, you know, met with the regular army there who got credit for it and shit. Rolled on in and blew the doors open, ran in. There were babies everywhere. There was a cook, and there's, you know, cleared it, nothing. Freezer full of fish. Just full of fucking fish. And I'm asking this dude, where's Saddam? You know, through the Turk, where's Saddam? And all of a sudden he starts having a heart attack. And I get the medic over here. I go, keep that fucker alive. He knows where Saddam is. And I'm like, I'll tape him to the front of the vehicle and he can point where the fuck we're going. We're going. I'm on the radio calling my boss like, hey, we're going to roll in. This guy's going to point out where Saddam is. He goes, negative, return to base. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This guy's fucking, he's going to point it out. He's faking this shit. There's fish everywhere. We're negative, return to base. I'm like, you fucking asshole, right? Load up, pack up, return to base. Boss is like, my sergeant major, you know, like, come on over. I go walking over. He opens up the door and I walk in and there he's fucking sitting. Fucking beard, got a leaf in it and shit. And I go, him? That's him? I go, that's him? Because that's why I told you to return to base, man. I go, fuck. He looks like dirty Uncle Fester. Man, he spit on me right then. I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Saddam spit on you.
Yeah. He's dead, though. So. Fuck him, right?
That
Fuck
guy.
that dude. Yeah, it was one of those, man. I wanted to clock the shit out of him, you know, but I figured I'd go to jail for something stupid, you know, so.
Did you interact with him at all, or just he spit on you?
Nah, he spit on me. And I just looked at him. I go, that's all right. You'll be dead soon.
Yeah.
And I fucking turned and walked out.
Man.
And then they packed him up and we walked him out through the rest of us and threw him on a helicopter and never saw him again until they hung him.
Yeah. The fish thing, is that all he ate or something?
He loves fish. And that's why he lived on a fish camp and his cook would cook fish and shit. Some kind of fish freak. Huh. Maybe because that's all he could get without, you know, people knowing what they were buying food for or something. But
yeah. Wow. Man, that's crazy. Fucking Saddam Hussein spit in your face.
Little fucker.
Did that moment, I guess, impact you at all, like big picture wise, of thinking like why we were there, and you know, it took a while to find him? And like, was there any closure or any, like, was it a moment for you, or were you just like, yeah, fucking whatever, tomorrow's a new day? And
man, I was so happy and motivated. And then we loaded up in our vehicle to go back to Baghdad, which is a couple hour drive, you know. And I'm sitting back there with a sergeant major and just chilling. Everybody else is passed out and sleeping, and he's just smiling. He's just fucking smiling. I don't see him smile much at all. I'm like, what are you so happy about? And he goes, I don't have a retention issue anymore. And I went, what the fuck? He goes, everybody was so tired, and we finally caught this dude. I go, but what about tomorrow? He goes, fuck that. We got today, man. Yeah. And he didn't have a retention issue. And, you know, the next day, wake up, going on a hit to go catch next.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck it is, man.
Yeah.
It never ended. You think when you catch the dude, oh, I'm going to kill bin Laden, and it's fucking too late anyway, man. You know, you catch Saddam. Like I said, you are president. We're not stopping. It doesn't stop you. It's a victory of sorts, but doesn't stop anything.
It's a notch in the belt, really. I mean, because it's not like World War II where it's like Hitler is the head of the snake. That
as soon as you kill him, hopefully everybody's like, okay. Yeah. That dude was crazy.
Yeah, it's a trip. Deck of cards, high value target wise. Were there any other notable characters that you guys managed to nab?
There was a blacklist of people that they didn't publish that we went after a shit ton of those guys. Most of the deck of cards we grabbed. And then off of that sprung different leadership that chased us down rat holes for years to come of people I'll never forget, like Eminem. Called him Eminem, Muhammad Nuri Muhtar. Fucking chase that dude forever. I don't even know. He might be dead. I don't know. Never knew, you know, go chasing after him and kill a bunch of people. And you don't know if you caught the dude or not, you know, and then you don't hear from him for a while. And then maybe he pops up and you chase him again and you never hear from him again. Like, did we kill him? I just leave notes everywhere, you know. Muhammad Nuri, pictures of him working for the U.S. and drop them on targets like, whoops, secret stamps on it and just, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe they killed him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Were there any big shifts or notable Al-Qaeda guys that were on a different level that you guys managed to get a hold of? And I guess from your perspective as a high-level warfighter there, did you notice a huge difference between the local, even if they were Saddam Fedayeen guys or high-level Iraqi guys, between them and the hardline Al-Qaeda or foreign guys? Like, was it very obvious, the difference?
It's so obvious. They had nothing to lose. You know, when you're fighting for money is one thing and the guy that pays your bills is gone, okay, you know, fuck that then, right? But when you're based, your motivation is religious, or that's all you know your life, or, oh, your family will die if you don't do what I need you to do, you know? Those guys didn't always get a good break.
Yeah.
I want to go help the war, you know? I want to help drive out the Christians, you know? Okay. Take your passport and your clothes and give you some tracksuits and an AK and tell you to go fucking kill people until you die, or we'll kill your family. They're pretty vicious.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to die. They want to go home, but they can't, so fuck it. And it's like they're all backed into a corner. And they're you know, not well equipped, but they're equipped with enough that they need. That they were more vicious. The other guys would give up. The guys that were trained in combat and war and shit. I mean, they're hands up. All right, you win. You know, it's just a game we play, right? Until you lose. But those guys, that's all they want. They want your head. I don't fucking care.
Did you run into or ever find yourself really surprised by the soundness of the tactical nature of any of the guys you fought? Did you ever run into groups you're like, holy fuck, these guys know what they're doing?
No, they learned a lot. They watched us and learned. You know, they would set up explosives along the walls, knowing we stacked up along the walls. We had to change that shit. They would wire houses to explode and put cell phones in the houses that they knew you were after, and then they'd watch you from a distance, enter the house, and you'd see a cell phone or no one else. You had to figure it out. Oh, get out now, right? And then boom, we had houses blown down on people, and then right after they got out too. I've seen videos of guys in the house. Hey, dogs bark, and you caves in on them, and then you hear people fucking, that's it, that's fucking it, I'm done. You know, helicopter crashing now. And just the voices.
Yeah.
And funny is none of our guys got killed on that one. You know, except the suicide bomber and you know, the baby in the house.
Yeah. Did you guys did any of the missions that you went on in particular just go fucking horribly wrong?
Yeah, a couple. You know, the Halloween night one went pretty wrong. We did another one down south when they said it was a wedding party. Looked like a wedding party. Fucking wedding party. We hit that. It was on the rat line. As soon as we were infilling, they shot an RPG at the first helo and hit it as they were pulling out. And that thing had to crash land across the field, which means I had to send all the Rangers to secure it, which means I didn't have any security. You know, I had 3 teams chasing probably 15 squirters that had spread all over. And now my headquarters team is landing in a field with a guy running right at us, you know, like fucking taking off and stopping and turning, looking. And I'm like creeping up like, oh, I'm going to smoke this dude, man. You know, like he didn't even know I'm here. And he turns around. He's like, watch me. He didn't have a gun. I'm like, fuck. And then I couldn't really shoot him because there were Rangers behind him. But he took off running back into the target because they had blankets on all their weapons. And all I could yell was, we have a squirter going into the target, into the target. So everybody on the roof was like focused. The dude was covered in lasers. He reached down. And that was it. It was all he wrote. But I ended up running out of water, right? Didn't have a QRF because they were too far away. Tanks and Bradleys. They weren't going to make it in a long time. Helo got shot down. I'm the one calling in Black Hawk Down this time. I'm like, fuck me. Here I am again. How many years later? And that went on for about 6 hours. And they were like, well, I'm like, I'm going to blow the helo in place. We're going to get out of here. Like, no. We're sending in a DART team. I go, what's that? It's a downed aircraft rescue team. I go, what's that mean? You know, we're going to fly in parts and a test pilot to fly that thing out. That takes hours. So I had to wait for that. And we were under fire the whole time. Couldn't use AC-130 because my guys were spread out and I'd lost accountability of one. So once I got everybody back in and I couldn't find that one, I sent the team out to find him, and they found that guy in a field talking to a cow. I was like, okay, he must be dehydrated. Let's get him in here. And I had a dude that got blown up with a suicide bomber in the room next to me. They were chasing him in the room, and then they shot him, and he blew himself up in that room. So I had a guy that was fucked up really bad in that room that needed to go out. But I couldn't bring in the medevac because we were taking fire from everywhere. I couldn't suppress it because I had that guy missing. So once I had that guy back in, once they found him, I suppressed all the fire with AC-130, then got the medevac in and out, and then found a huge cache of IEDs in the driveway that were, waiting to go off. So we finally got the helicopter out of there. We finally exfilled, the next morning, got back, and then bombed the shit out of that house because it had all the explosives around it. It was crazy the way it blew up when we hit it. But yeah, that was a long night. That a lot of things happened.
Yeah. Of all the time that you spent after Somalia, it still overwhelmingly trumps everything else that you've done in terms of going through some gnarly shit.
Yeah, I can talk about Iraq all day. I don't get emotional. It's one of those things, when you ask me about Somalia, I haven't thought about it, and then as soon as I think of it, I'm like, I got to get a hold of myself because it's just it's an emotional period in my life. I don't think it'll ever not be emotional.
Yeah.
As hard as I've tried, the second I get real and think about it, man, it hits hard.
Yeah. I was curious that you mentioned running some of the selection as a cadre. At what point in your career did that take place?
Very early. All the operators run selection. So whatever squadron's up for the next selection date and whatever troops up in that squadron. So it rotates through squadrons and through troops. So when I got there, it was C3's turn, the snipers, and they didn't have enough people. So they grabbed me because I'm the new guy. So I went pretty young.
Yeah.
And that's when I started working out because I was working with the snipers up there, and Paul Howes, one of the guys, we're shooting pool, and he grabbed my arm. Hey, there's a string hanging off your shirt. Oh, that's your arm. I was like, fuck off. So I quit running and started eating Joe Weider weight gain, dog food bag size, and started working out. And I finally gained 100 pounds over about 10 years. And I was like at 250, I think, when I met Jen, which it wasn't all muscle. It was a lot of muscle, but I had given up at that point too. And all I remember is thinking when I was 250, like, I wish I was 150 again.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 10 years.
Yeah.
I broke 200 the other day, and I was like fucking ecstatic. And I've been staring at the scales like, all right, I'm still hovering around 198. I might be good now, And I didn't realize, nobody, hey, you're fat, right? Nobody tells you that. They tell you, hey, you're looking really good, man, better than you did. I go, what do you mean? I was fat earlier?
Yeah.
Like, no. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's okay. I thought that too, but nobody likes to say that shit. But like, oh, you look really fit now. And I'm like, I just quit eating and quit working out so much and follow a different lifestyle plan, lack of stress plan.
Yeah, no shit.